It's been a year since my cancer treatment stopped, so I've had a whole year of letting my hair grow, and this is how much hair I have now. So I kind of just wanted to, I guess, show it off and also have photos showing how I've progressed and how my hair has grown over the last year. But I'm quite happy with the length that I have now, simply because I can start to do things with it. I don't just have to let it be. When I had shorter hair, yes, you can kind of try to style it with gel and all those things, but I never really liked that type of hairstyle or the hairstyle options that I had when I had short hair. I liked it a lot when I had very short hair. Thought that was quite cute, but when it started to grow out, I didn't want to cut it to try to style it, and a lot of short hairstyles might be short, you know, in the back or in the middle, but the very front where the fringe is often is very long, because normally people, when they get short hair, they get it when they have long hair or maybe like a bob length hair, and then they decide to get like a pixie haircut or something shorter. And so having a very short fringe really limits the type of hairstyles that you can have. And so I'm just really happy that my hair's finally grown to a length where I can start to do things that I actually like, the styles that I like, because now I have a fringe that I can put to the side. I've trimmed it a little bit because I like the fringe look while I'm waiting for this part of my hair to grow out, because the back of my hair, that keeps growing. I have to keep cutting it along the back, but it's these parts right here that have to grow still. What I like at the moment, because my hair is long-ish enough, I can start to put half of my hair, like this top part up, into like a little ponytail, and then I just grab bobby pins and kind of like make it look like I have long enough hair that it'll actually stay like that. Because if I put one up, like put a half ponytail, it normally won't stay properly up. It'll just, like, the back end will be tied, but these front ends will continue to fall. So I just put lots of bobby pins, so that way it looks like I have my hair half up. And that's a great little trick if you're waiting for your hair to grow out, simply because it's a cute little hairstyle, but also it makes your hair look like it's longer, because it gives the illusion that all of your hair is the length of the back. Then normally the back is the longest part of your hair. So now that I can finally start doing this, I've been doing this for maybe like 2-3 weeks now. So with each week, I have to put less bobby pins to kind of force it to stay there. But as soon as I could make a little half ponytail, I started doing that. And if you don't have enough hair, and maybe that's not quite the hairstyle that you like, you can also do 2 little ones. So you make 2 little half ponytails, and if you have thicker hair, you can maybe turn them into like little buns, which would be very cute. So that's one of the reasons why I really like this length, even though it's not quite ideal because this part still needs to grow out. I can give the illusion that my hair is actually longer, and so once it actually is long enough, I can do a proper chop, and that'll be amazing. When you start growing out your hair at the very beginning, the best thing to do is cut the very back and cut around your ears, and so then that way the hair at the top gets a chance to really grow out, and that's when you're going to be able to start doing different hairstyles. And even though that's not the hairstyle that you like, that is going to be the easiest way to grow out your hair in a way that looks more natural, rather than looking very odd. I noticed that a lot of people would say that they really like me with short hair, and maybe I do suit short hair, but it's hard to always hear that when you don't feel like yourself with short hair, which is, you know, I made a video talking about that, and I'll put a link to it in the description and hopefully in the video itself as well. But you just don't feel like yourself sometimes, and for some people maybe they feel more like themselves, and growing out their hair and having it short is a great opportunity to try all these hairstyles. And while I really wanted to take advantage of that, I just didn't want to go to the hairdressers, because I knew whatever hairstyle they did, however they cut it, I just wasn't going to like it, because that wasn't the length that I really felt like myself. And so now with the hair length that I have now, I feel like I could get haircuts and make hairstyles that are really me, and they really represent me. And so I'm really excited for this length. And even though maybe it took a year, I didn't despise my short hair while I had it. It was just something that I was kind of waiting for. Like, this was kind of the destination that I wanted to get to, and I wasn't really able to enjoy the journey as much as maybe some other people did. Some people also just like to continue wearing their wigs until they have hair at a nice length, but for a lot of people, as soon as their hair starts growing, it's hard to wear your wig. And I found that, at least me personally, that I found it hard to wear my wig. And as soon as I had like a decent amount of hair that it looked normal, I didn't look like I was a sick person who had lost all my hair, I didn't mind that I had the short hair. Even if, as I said, it wasn't me, I didn't mind it, and I just kind of owned it and decided to go with it. So as soon as you have a decent amount of hair, chances are you might not want to wear your wig for the practical reason that it doesn't sit properly, but also you might be tired of it and you might just be happy to kind of embrace what's happened and just watch as you progress, not only with your hair growth but with your own recovery. And that's something that I found, that although I know that I could get options to get hair extensions or to keep wearing my wig, I was like, well, even though I can do that, I'm actually finding it therapeutic in being able to see how my hair grows and knowing that I'm, you know, X amount of months away from that entire time. Like, I have had this many months since cancer treatment ended and since the whole cancer experience. So, and even though during that time right after the cancer treatment was very difficult, that was still part of, I guess, my journey, and having my hair grow longer and longer kind of just represented how I was recovering in lots of different ways. And so now that my hair's at this length, not only am I happy just for the superficiality of it, just because of the way that it looks, but also because I know that this many months have passed, a whole year has passed since I had no hair, and it represents so many different things. And so I think that's another reason why I'm really going to embrace having long hair and really love my long hair for even more than I ever did, for more reasons than I ever did, because now it just represents so much more, and it represents time and recovery. So that's another reason why I didn't want to put hair extensions, because I didn't feel like it was actually representing the same thing. And as I said, for me it was a bit therapeutic to see it grow and to kind of have my little wins for each centimeter that of hair growth that I had. If you want to hear me talk about what products I use in my hair, please write down below that you'd like that. I have to use very particular products because I have very sensitive skin. I have contact dermatitis, and so that might be helpful for some of you. So thanks for watching my video about growing out your hair, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Traditionally, I've always made New Year's resolutions, and it wasn't until last year that I didn't, and that was because I was going through chemotherapy. But normally